Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today we're looking at a beer that I've never had anything by this brewery. It's called Straight Cut. It's a dry hopped kettle sour at 4.7% alcohol by volume. And it's from 9 Mile Legacy Brewing, which I believe is in Saskatoon. 9 Mile Legacy Brewing in Saskatoon. So I can get their Belgian Blonde as well, that I know for sure. But I mean, hey. $22.09.27 PC035. So those are lot numbers. Contains barley and wheat. Is there a date on the bottom? No, but there's a red smudge. I'm guessing that those lot numbers should be able to be corresponded with a date. But unless we're saying this was bottled on like September 27th, 2022, I don't, yeah. I was trying to read the back. I don't think I can think of a place that has done year, month, day. Well, I've been in Canada. Well, Canadian brewery. I know there's a few European breweries that have done that date system. But I can't think of any Canadian breweries that have. So I don't know. But nice can. I mean, I cannot say that isn't nice. I really do like the artwork of it. I love, it looks like a combine in like weird graffiti-esque going over some, I'm going to assume that's supposed to be like wheat and such. So I really do like the look of that. That is a nice looking beer. And in the glass, it's a nice looking beer. Beautiful golden color, slight bit of haze to it. There was bright white head that there was a huge snap, crackle, pop on, and then it was gone. So there was no head retention, but I mean, at the same time, that's okay. It has a little bit of haze, all that. I'm okay with the look of this one. Sent out of the glass. Interesting. Out of the glass. Interesting. Out of the can. Ooh. Out of the can, I get a little bit of citrus. Lemon and lime. Grapefruit. A little bit of just neutral cereal malts. Well, neutral cereal grains. And a tiny bit of like horse blanket, which I kind of expect from a lactobacillus type of beer. Out of the glass. Almost a little bit of vanilla coming from the glass. But everything else is pretty much the same. Cheers. Okay. As some of you know, I've given 10 out of 10s before. I gave a 10 out of 10 to a beer that was sent to me by Dan once. Or was it Steve that sent it to me? No, I think it was Steve that sent me the Nectorious by Four Winds. But Dan has sent me other Four Winds beers, I do believe. But I loved Nectorious. And it was a dry hopped IPA. Sour IPA. I find a lot of dry hopped sours have very akin flavors. There is minute differences. there is more of one thing and less of the other and stuff like that. But the flavors seem to be pretty similar, which would tell me that a lot of times the malt bill and the hop bill is fairly similar. And that makes it so that I usually quite enjoy a dry hopped sour. There are dry hopped sours that I'm like, not for me. But for the most part, a dry hop sour is usually a beer I can get behind. It's a beer I can get behind. I really can. It does remind me of Nectorious. I get nectarine. I get lemon. I get lime. I get grapefruit pith, like I'm biting into the biting it to start the peel. Why you would peel a grapefruit? I don't know. I'm biting it to get a spoon in. Let's say I'm biting it to get a spoon in. The sourness is there. It's not puckering, but it's sour. I gotta trim. It keeps going in my mouth. That's why I keep rubbing my mouth. It keeps going in. Nice sourness. It's on the moderate level. Excuse me. And there's a grainy biscuitiness at the very back. Carbonation is light yet harsh at the same time. It's like micro pins just stabbing you. I really like it, but I think it's a lot like almost every dry hopped sour I've had, in that as much as I love it, I don't think it's something I could drink all day, every day. I don't think it's something I could drink several cans of. But I think it could be my last beer of the day every day. Or it could be my first beer of the day every day. Or if I was just drinking one beer a day, yeah, I think I could drink this. I think this could be the beer I get behind. I'm like, I need a beer. It tastes great. But it's not a beer I think I would even have more than one of. It's one of those beers where it would be a one and done or a last beer type of thing. I like the flavor. I really do. It is reminiscent of Nectorious, but it's not as good to me as Nectorious. And that's perfectly okay. It's reminding me of that beer, which makes me like it a little bit more than I probably should, but it's where we're at. I like it. I would buy it again. That's a beer if I had to buy in a 4-pack or a 6-pack. I wouldn't mind buying in a 4-pack or a 6-pack. I like that where I picked it up, I was able to pick it up as a single. And I could see myself going and buy like 3 beers for the review and then one of these for interview with the Rhino or something. So, for all that, yay. Oh, excuse me. Tastes good on the burp too. 8.25 out of 10. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.